Hello, my name is Will. I'm just going to run through how to get around the memory issues people are having with Achievement 4 and that you might have in Achievement 6. Just a video breakdown of it. So, the problem you're having is you're trying to merge a massive file, 5 gigabytes or 8 gigabytes, depending on your data type, and your computer can't handle it. So what your computer is, it has a processor and it has a certain amount of cores. If you look at mine here, I'm going here, I'm going to performance, and it says I have 6 cores with 3.3 gigahertz. Not that expensive, but you have 6 cores. So what you need is you need Python and whatever browser you're running. I'm Conda, but you need Python to run on a core by itself, or at least as best as possible by itself, with little things when beside it. So having the likes of, as I would, would normally have Slack open and Photoshop and all that sort of thing, basically they might be on the same core and that will slow down your processing speed. But we'll come back to the first problem. The first problem might be your file size, your data types, okay? So, what I will do here, I have it already open in the background. Okay, so here's my Jupyter, and it's running in Edge, and my Edge has a lot of screens. And if we actually just quickly look back here, go processes, my Edge is taking up 2.4 gigabytes of my memory. 71% in total is being used with all these other things running that I don't even, Windows widgets and Discord and Teams, they're not even open. They're just running in the background annoying me. But anyway. So, what we want to do is we want to open this in a different browser, in a new browser, a clean, not using much memory browser, like Firefox or Chrome, if you want. My primary is Edge. So the first thing I do is I go along and I copy that, the address. So localhost 8891. Okay, 91 is the important part, or 8891 is the important part. So I copy that and I paste it into Firefox there. And I go, we'll ignore what's there right now, but it's going to bring up the exact same thing. Right. So it says, we want a password or token, because you're opening a different browser that Anaconda is used to. And it basically says token authentication is enabled, the command, blah, blah, blah. Right. So I copy this, and I go off and I find, now I know I have it there, but I go into programs, I go into Anaconda, and I go with one of the black ones. Okay, so I'll go with this one here. And basically I Control V and hit enter. So I have, I do have multiple opens. I was trying to get my computer to give me this error, or this ask for a question. So 8891, there is your, the one you're using at the moment, or you're trying to use. You copy that, Control C, go back to your browser, your Firefox, paste it in, and go log in, and don't save. Go away. Right, there you are. Now you're in Firefox. Right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to Task Manager, and I'm going to kill Edge. So, right click, go End Task. And 72% went down to 50. Okay, 50% of my memory. We won't worry about that too much. So, I've knocked off Edge, and I'm now running only one browser, only Firefox, and only that screen. What I'm looking for obviously is insert cart basket analysis, my scripts for client more so. So yeah, so you go into where your scripts are, and the reason I'm going into running is that it'll actually find me the file that I've modified to walk us through. So here we go with slowly loading. This is my Jupyter Notebooks, nice and neat, and everything's written out. But I do have to run through now. So I'm going to import those, I'm going to do this, I'm going to install that file, and then I'm going to ignore the customer data frame for now. So let's run that, and I'll scroll down past it, because basically what I've done there is I've loaded my 4.8 pickle, and I've loaded the customers, but I'll ignore them because they're not actually relevant to this video. So customer, parent data frames, right, so DF prices tail. Okay, so I click on that, it runs, and it says, I have a tail of 100, just to give a range of them. 8.9, 6.1, 3.7. You'll see they're all only point and one number behind them, okay? So we go with the head. Do I need that? I'm not quite sure. Can't remember. The info is definitely needed, okay? Because what we see here is that everything is integer 64s and float 64s, okay? 64 is the biggest number. It goes 64, 32, 16, 8, okay? 64 is the biggest one, and it's taking up the most memory. We'll see here that it's taking up 5.8 gigabytes, my file. And we'll ignore customers, and we'll go to, drop columns, just to, they're superfluous, and we don't need them, so I'll get rid of them. And, yeah. You will see here, I've got to be really quick like this. You will see here that these three dots are here, and you can't see everything out of the 100 that I asked for. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this on. It takes more memory, so therefore, turn it back off when you're finished. This is display max rows. There. Display max rows. Okay. So I'm going to scroll over. This is the describe that I did. I'm pointing on my own screen. And you will see the prices here. Okay? This is the important. The prices is the important one. So, show my max rows. And I'm going to change prices, which was, prices is there. There's a float 64. Okay? I'm going to tone it down to float 32 and see how it works. And I'll go boom. And then I do my describe the same again. Describe takes a little bit of time. Run that too while I'm talking. So, yeah, I'll run the tail again. So basically, if I scroll across here to my prices now, and this is the original prices, there is a difference. That should be fine. No, there's it. So 2500, the 113, the 7400, and 42. So they're there, and they are looking fairly much the same. And this is here. It's looking 8 point and a number, 6 point, a number, 4 point and a number. Right. Now I will try and reduce it down to 16 and see what happens. And I go doop and doop. Obviously run to describe, and let's run tail as well. So when that's finished, let's see what describe pops up here. So yeah, so it shows all the, while I'm waiting for it, it shows up all the rows there, and it keeps them in this nice little box that yes, if you manage to be scrolling in that box, it goes through all 100. It's not a long list in your screen. It's actually nicely enclosed in a box of those 100. Oh, there we go. There's our describe. Okay. So we go over to prices, and we now have a NaN. And we have weird stuff. We have 2.1 is now 2.5. Sorry. Yeah, 2.5 is 2.5. But the NaNs really shouldn't be showing up to us. 1.13 has now become 1.2968. And the 7.4 is 7.3984, blah, blah, blah. That is not right. And if I run the prices, now we have 8.8, blah, 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 multiple numbers. Something has gone wrong. Basically, we've learned now and thankfully Python doesn't save anything until you tell it to, we have learned that a 32 is better than 16, basically. So the same with all the other data types. Same with all these here that said 64, 64, 64, float 64s, all this sort of thing. You need to reduce them down. So when I go along, and these are my scripts here that I have tested, okay, so I'll ignore this one here, which is the prices one, and I have a hashtag there to make a comment and block it from actually doing anything. But if I change the data types of the user ID down to string, well, ignore the user ID, the order number down to integer 8, integer 8, integer 8, integer 32. So that's the lowest I could get it, okay, and I tested them all. So we go with that, and we go with that. And then the customer file is the customer file. So it was 5.8. And now we are looking at DF is the dataset info when these two convert over. That takes time as well. That takes memory. So you might want to actually run them 2 at a time rather than, as I did there, 7 and 6. Run them 2 at a time to save your computer memory. And now my info says integer 8, float 16, blah, blah, blah. And I have 3.2 gigabytes. I'm down 2.6 gigabytes. 2.6 gigabytes that my computer doesn't need memory for. It's gone. And it's all reduced down. And that will merge so much faster. Okay? And the customer info is only megabytes in size, but still, I did reduce that down. And if that is still causing you a problem, then you are looking at programs, closing programs. Why won't this tell me? Okay. So, right, I'm running Python, I'm running Screencast, I'm running Firefox. Flat. It's taking up 90 megabytes of my memory. And that task. It's also possibly running on the same core as my Firefox. Teams, I don't even know where it is. It's running in the background. End task. I only close down programs that I know. Programs. Discord. End task. And yeah, so I now basically run down to 45% of my memory, and yeah, I can go to Excel, which I have somebody's file open there, but I know I can end that task. If I click on name, it'll actually bring up the programs that are running right now. Firefox Notepad, just point it for myself. Python, Screencast, Task Manager. Python obviously needs to run. Anaconda needs to be running. You cannot close that. That's running your Jupyter. And Jupyter is then running your Python. I have some background processes that, yeah, these are things that you can knock off if you're still having problems after you've changed the data type. But the data type is your big savior. Reduce them down as much as possible. Test them. Make sure you're not looking at a massive change in numbers that shouldn't be there. Scroll up past that. Where's it now? But yeah, you're basically looking at, right, there's now, any changes. Anything that shouldn't be changing is what you're looking for, and therefore you know what you've messed up. But yeah, that's it. If you have any more questions, you catch me on Slack. Will Mac, MC, Will MC. Yeah, I'm here to help as I can, and yeah, we've all run into these memory problems several times over, and as I say, when you come to Achievement 6, you'll have your own data set, and you will run into memory problems too. So, this is how you do it. You just do them step by step. Reduce down from 64, 32, 16, 8. That's it. Those are your half and half and half and half is what it is. And yeah, you see what works, and as soon as it starts modifying the file, go back up to the other one. And no, you can't tell it to go back up. You actually really have to start your script again and just don't go to the 16. You just go as far as 32 and go, right, done. Yeah. Okay.